In this video, I'll show you how to emulse your screen. There's a few WHS issues that we need to cover first. Firstly, we're working with a photographic emulsion, which can cause some skin irritation for people with particularly sensitive skin. So in order to protect our skin against the photo emulsion, it's good to wear gloves. The other thing that we need to do is avoid the fumes from the emulsion. It's water-based emulsion, so it's fairly low, there's a fairly low fumage that comes from it, but just to be on the safe side, we always work with the extraction fans on. So I'll turn those on now. The extraction fans are found on the wall in the dye house studio. To turn them on, turn the dial, which is a timer dial, and then press the green button and you'll hear the fans come on. We're working under low light conditions to put the photosensitive emulsion onto the screen. So we need to close all the blinds in the dye house and turn off the lights so that we're working in low light conditions. In order to put emulsion on your screen, you'll need your screen with rego marks, the bucket of emulsion, a spatula, the coater tray, and I like to work with a damp cloth as well to clean up any spillages. We also use the coating box, which helps keep the screen steady when you're putting on a coat of emulsion. We need to pour the emulsion into the coater tray in order to put it onto the screen. Now, the emulsion is a bit like a thick cake mix. It's quite sticky and just need to be careful to pour into the coater tray and fill it up to about halfway. Then carefully wiping the edge, put the lid back on the emulsion so that it doesn't expose to any more light than it has to. Use your spatula to even the emulsion out in the tray and also get rid of any gas bubbles that might be rising to the surface. The next thing is to place the screen into the coating box and make sure that it's nice and square along the bottom edge and resting evenly against the back. You'll notice that the tray has two different sides. There's a flat, straight side and a kind of curved side. The curved side is for your fingers. The flat, straight side goes against the screen. Place your hand on the screen and hold it firmly, and then put the coater tray to the bottom of the screen and gradually tilt it so that the emulsion runs down and makes contact with the screen. Once it's made contact all the way along, keeping a firm pressure and a gentle angle, simply pull the tray to the top of the screen and stop when you get to the top. Tilt the tray back so that the emulsion runs back into the coater tray. This stops a whole lot of drips. Gently kind of move it side to side and off. We're then going to take it quickly back to the bottom of the screen and without doing the tilt, just pull it over the screen to catch any excess. And you can do this a couple of times if there's a few thicker bits on the edges. The next step is to clean up any thick bits or drips using the damp cloth, and just slide your cloth around all the edges to clean up any drips or thicker patches of emulsion, and this will speed up your drying time. We then put our coated screen into the light safe cupboard where it will dry. Speed up drying, you can use the fan that's found at the end of the cupboard and turn the timer on and press start. Okay. The final step is to put all the remaining emulsion back into the bucket. Scrape it back in with the spatula. Pop the lid back on the bucket and then wash out the tray and the spatula with warm water.